Hi everyone, this is the second day of my China table tennis trip vlog. This is day 2 of Beijing. Previous day I had been to Changping and also Shougang Park for the WTT China Smash. I didn't have any plans this morning. I was going back to Changping in the afternoon. But I didn't want to waste my time in China and I wanted to get in as much table tennis as possible. And so I went to Ma Xiao Yang's table tennis club. My friend Shane had introduced me to Ma Xiao Yang on the first day. We just dropped by briefly. And Ma Xiao Yang is kind of almost fluent in English. And he was in the US for 1 month and he used to train with the English national team about a decade ago, maybe a little bit more than a decade ago. Super nice guy. And I just said, look, if you have time, I will come in and pay you to play with you for an hour. So that was a good start to my day. It was better than lounging around in the hotel room. Like I said, I was in China for 2 weeks. I didn't want to waste any of my trip. So did some light warm-up drills and then some multiball and then played some points against Ma Xiao Yang. He has a pretty creative style for a Chinese player. Super fun to play with. So the points weren't too serious. This ball was crazy. I don't know how he placed it that well. Yeah, we just kind of had fun. And at the beginning of the China trip, I was not really in the best shape. As I kind of went through and practiced more in different places, I think towards the end I was playing better. But yeah, in the beginning it was a little tough. Fortunately, I'd gone from New Zealand to China, so the time difference is only plus 5 hours, or minus 5 hours going from New Zealand to China, so I didn't really get jet lag that bad. Yeah, it was really fun to go to Ma Xiao Yang's club. In the afternoon, we went back to the same Changping club. By this time, I guess it was a weekend. I think it was a Saturday. So the club had filled up a little bit. There was a kids program, lots of members. This kid, Darian, is a kid that I played with in Maryland in the US when he came from Beijing before. Unfortunately, my phone ran out of storage, so we had a match and oh, he's better than me now. So he's playing a lot of table tennis and he's improved a lot. Yeah, unfortunately my phone was pretty much maxing out. Fortunately for me, my good buddy Shane let me use his phone. So after figuring out some logistics of where to put the phone, I was able to capture some of the other stuff. I played against this guy who's quite good, big forehand. I didn't start very well. I was down 0-2 in games. Again, like just making a lot of kind of unforced errors, really. But I somehow managed to come back to the 5th game, but I lost very narrowly. I'm going to say maybe like 12-10. But anyway, I guess some points for the rest of that match. Nice to see Darian. His parents took us out for dinner. It's kind of the first really decent meal of very many that I had during my trip to China, and some kind of a mix of classic Chinese dishes like hong shao rou, and then of course Peking duck, which is a Beijing specialty, beef stew, deep fried duck, and some fruit. And by the time I finished my 2 sessions, I was pretty sore. So I went back to the hotel room with a giant bottle of Coke and hit the spa. So stay tuned for day 3.